Hello, my friends. Most of you know me as Kelly M0 from the Hive Workshop. Some of you know me as uh, Kelly M from Warcraft 3. Some of you know me as Kelly from Barotrauma. Some of you know me as Kelly M0 from StarCraft 2. Most of you know me from the Hive Workshop. Some of you know me from my Alien series that I started last year. Today we're going to talk about how to fix the bugged campaign alien level. For those of you who don't know, there's this game. It's called Aliens: The Dark Descent. It isn't exactly supported anymore. I was hopeful that it would get more support, but it didn't, which is sad. It's essentially abandoned now. I haven't seen any updates for it in all of 2024. Its last update came in 2023, so it's essentially a dead game. Dead on arrival, some people call it. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I devoted like a 43-part series to it, and until my campaign got bugged, I basically kept playing it every day for a very long time. About 100 hours into it. I feel like I know a little bit about it. Started playing with mods, I started playing with other things. I gave a fairly generic review. I compared it to a lot of other games. Today we're going to talk about how to fix the campaign save file bug. For those of you who've come across this, it comes in various different shapes and forms. Sometimes it's in sometimes it's in the Dead Hills map. That's where I've heard a lot of people complaining about it, in the Dead Hills map. Other people, it's the price of deception map. Different maps have different objectives, and the different objectives can bug in different ways. If you don't want to restart your campaign completely from scratch, you have to do kind of a weird, nifty little trick. So the first piece of the trick is to make a new save file. So I created this. We deal with the insane music volume again. I went and created a new file. This one, as you can see, it did originally read 92%, but as you can see, now it reads 85. That's proof that this works. It resets the progress, forcing you to redo it again, but it will erase whatever it is that's causing the bug. So the first thing I did was I created a new game. Special thanks to thomas.g. Special thanks to this person on this Steam Steam webpage here. His name is Thomas.g, and he leaves a little tutorial here that says how to complete reset a mission when a game-breaking bug occurs. So the first thing you have to do, he says, here is how you reset a complete mission if you cannot go on because of bugs and don't have a save game from before the start. You go to c/users/username/appdata/local/asf/saved/SaveGames. So that's what I did here. And so in here, I went into what's known as Save Otega before mission. The autosave before mission. So campaign campaign 0 is my main campaign. That's the first one with 80+%. With 95 plus hours into it. But the second save file gets named number 1. So what you do is you go to the campaign, you select the mission that's glitching. Now, if you want to just redo all of them, then you redo all of them. So in most people's examples, it's Dead Hills. That's the main first one. The second major one is the price of deception. My personal bug actually happened on a different level, the one that's called Harper's Hell Olduvai. Olduvai. That's where my bug occurred. This is where I came across a door where you need to spend a tool to unlock the door, and once you're in the room, it triggers an event. Somehow, when I opened the door, it didn't trigger the event. I set up a bunch of turrets. I left. I ended the deployment, I re-entered the deployment, and the bug still persisted. So you take this file, which is Harper's Hell, and you control copy paste it. Then you go to your, and that's from your campaign number 1. So when you look in the campaign, you notice how all these files are like 2 kilobytes. That's because they're unchanged. They're unchanged hardly at all. Basically completely brand new. Most of these files are completely brand new. The only one that seems to be a little bit changed is the Otago and Dead Hills, and that's because I started that campaign fresh from scratch. So you take the level, whatever level it is that's glitching out, because obviously you don't want to do the whole campaign again. You take the level that you want. You may have problems figuring out which level is the one that you want. Price of Deception is the famous one. That seems to be the one that a lot of people are having a lot of problems with, is Price of Deception. But in my example, it's Harper's Hell Olduvai. So you copy paste this from your fresh blank 2% campaign. You go to your save files. You go to your main campaign. And you paste it over top. See where it says here? It says Harper's Hell Olduvai. That originally was 1300 kilobytes, just like this save file here. It says 1311 kilobytes. That was the same size for Harper's Hell Olduvai. So you paste it. Then you go back into game and you reload. And as you can see, this is my campaign. It has all my doctors, it has all my engineers, it has my xenotech, it has my materials, it has my lack of tools and guns, it has my first aid kits, it has my mods. Spoiler alert, they actually came out with an update that turns this off now, which is even funnier. And as you can see, when you go here, you will read progress 98%, but it shows primary objectives, secondary objectives are both 0 and 0. For me, this originally read 7 and 1, and when you click over here, it would have read 3, 1, 8. And for me, the final primary objective would not allow me to finish. It would not continue past number 3 to do number 4, because number 4 wouldn't trigger. So now that this has been reset, you can see it's been reset. It even keeps the data pads, which is interesting. And as you can see, everything is fine.
Understood. Uploading mission data.
As you can see, all my squads are still the same. They still have all the same gear, the same levels, everything else. And for test purposes, we're just going to click some buttons. Yeah, so launch mission. They enter the car. My new computer runs this game a lot better than my old computer did. For those of you that watched the series on my old computer, you'll probably find that the quality is a lot higher here. Here's the cinematic.
Let's stay focused. We may know the place, but this time, we have to go deeper into that dig site. If there's an underground city down there, there should be an elevator of some kind to reach it. We save everyone, not just Cassandra. Everyone.
And as you can see, everything has been fixed. The map has been reset. It doesn't even show my explored. It shows this section as having been explored. Doesn't show any of the corpses. For those of you who may or may not remember,
stay frosty, Marines.
Right here, there's this giant pile of corpses that was somewhat aesthetically unpleasing. So now we're just gonna immediately leave because we want to create the save file that has everything all nice and set up. This is all nice and clean. And from my understanding, when I come back, everything should still be fine.
Hello, Administrator Hayes.
And now I believe my campaign progress has been recovered. Successfully, I might add. So this is another series that I plan on coming back to now that I've fixed it. Very special thanks to Thomas G. I'm very appreciative of that. That was a very neat fix. I would never have figured that out because it's kind of weird. Notice how it's not under Aliens Dark Descent. It's under something called ASF, which is where I had problems finding it. I would never have found it had I not been able to find that. So there you go. For those of you that have this problem, hopefully this helps you solve it. Just go to SaveGames, change your things around. If you don't have a version of the map that's before your bug, then you have to go through. It's kind of annoying, but you have to go start a new campaign. I don't think the progress or the difficulty really matters. What matters is that you start a new campaign, and then when you go to your new campaign, you can just die immediately when you first see the first Xenos. That's what I did. Was it takes a couple minutes, but you have to go all the way you have to skip the prologue. You have to skip the cinematics if you want to speed run fix it. Then you go to Dead Hills, do the first 3 missions, or the first 3 objectives. You have to open the door, you have to unlock the security thing, you have to do the map, and then you have to shoot the guy who has the facehugger on his head. And then after that, it doesn't really matter. I noticed that if you try to stop it before that point, it doesn't even create a save because you can't extract. And the only way to really save your attempt is to do the extract. So I tried it one time with just entering Dead Hills. I tried it one time just entering Dead Hills and going to the front door and opening the front door. I tried doing the second one where you open the front door and go through the second door. I tried to make it so that you stopped when you did the first C4. It doesn't really save anything. The only point at which it really creates an autosave is after you shoot the guy with the facehugger on his face in the bed. Once you do that, it creates a save file, and you can just quit. Then you open that save file, find the map that you need, because the save file, even though it's like a brand new save file, and even though you've never been to any of these locations, the reactor, the Price Tower, it doesn't matter because you haven't been to any of those. They're all blank, so they're all here. They're 2 kilobytes, 2 kilobytes, 5 kilobytes. I think that's a little different. That's not a map. That's actually like campaign data. But all these other ones, the ones that have names, the ones that are not Ortega, metadata, or campaign data. So if you ignore those 3, then all the others are basically maps. Whatever campaign map it is you're on, whatever floor it is you're on, whatever bug it is that you're having, it's in one of these others that I didn't highlight. And all you got to do is find the one that you have to reset, copy paste it from your campaign number 1, go to your campaign number 0, paste it, close, reopen, reload, deploy, undeploy, go to the main menu, and it should fix whatever bugs that you have. It won't stop them from happening again, but it should at least give you the chance to try it again, to not do whatever it was that you caused to do the bug. I'm not certain how I caused my certain bug. Not everybody is certain how they cause the bug, but whatever it is that you do different, you'll want to not do it. And another trick that might help you in the future so that you don't have to deal with this again is to copy paste this campaign level and keep it as the source. And then that way if you do randomly bug out again, you won't have to go through all the create a new 2% campaign thing again. You can just go here and take whatever it is that you want from here, and you should be good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully this helps you reclaim your
Looking
campaign.
for someone in particular?
Hopefully you'll be able to continue your series without having to completely restart from scratch, or if not completely from scratch, at least you'll be able to do the one map from scratch. Now, I'm not sure how to reset a map to before you have a save point. So, like, for example, maybe you don't want to do the whole entire campaign level again. You want to just do the one bug again. What you'll need to do that is to not do what I did, but to instead save the file to before the bug happens, then attempt to induce the bug to see what it is that you did, and then reload the save file from just before you did your bug. That's how you would have to save as much as you could. So if you wanted to save this, so if I wanted to save this, instead of being at 84, I wanted to go from 92% to say 90, I would have needed a save file that had happened before the bug. But the problem with the autosave system is that if it creates the autosave before you figured out that you've created the bug, then your autosave is dead. So you have to go before that autosave. And because there's only a certain number of autosaves per campaign, it will only autosave a certain number of times. If you autosave past that bug, then you won't be able to save your progress. You'll just have to refresh the whole level, which is unfortunately what happened to me, because every single one of my save files, when I went to here and I went to load, every single one of these had the bug in it. That was because the bug occurred on day, I think it was 154, and there's nothing beyond 159. I think there's a couple from 156, 158. 159, 158. Yeah, so the longer you play, the more of your save files get deleted. The only way to successfully deal with that before that happens is to catch it. And if you don't catch it, then you're SOL and you'll have no choice but to restart the whole level. But you don't have to restart the whole campaign. And that's special thanks to thomas.g for that very neat fix. So credits go to thomas.g. His Steam profile is private, but it was very helpful. That was a very, very helpful tidbit of information. Very specifically this, because I couldn't find the save files. I didn't know where they were located. And I thought they might have been under local roaming as opposed to local. So if you're having problems finding where your save files actually are, the actual save file location, that's it. That's the save file location there. Users, your name, AppData, local, ASF, save file, SaveGames. That's what you're looking for if you're trying to fix whatever it is you're trying to fix. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's time to play some more Infection-Free Zone, but aliens will be coming soon. And we will see you again.